This time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires. So welcome to Lot 76 Cars. My name's Simon and we're at the historic Brooklands circuit for the London to Brighton Classic Car Run. So you can see some of the cars leaving in the background. We'll have a chat with some of the owners. We'll take a closer look at some of the special cars here today, and I hope you enjoy what you see. So thanks for watching. So this is a Saab Sonnet fitted with the V4 engine from the Ford Taunus. Ford of Europe supplied engines to Saab. These were only ever sold in left-hand drive and apparently only ever sold for one market, designed and sold in great numbers for the US market. Absolutely lovely lines. This is a Sonnet 1. The later car Sonnet 3s had things like pop-up lamps and a much more squared off front end, but nevertheless really rare to see. These owner reckons there's maybe 3 or 4 in the UK. We're going to have a chat with him in a second. We'll take a look round the back, just see what the car looks like from the back as well. This is that fantastic rear profile there. Look at that curved window. It's got a bit of an echo of what a TVR Gontura from the back as well. What a lovely car. Excellent. Let's have a chat with the owner now. So Bill, tell us about this absolutely fabulous Saab Sonnet. I rarely see these at car shows.
You won't see many. You won't see many at all. There's probably 4 or 5 in the UK. There's one 2-stroke version. Yeah, they all went to America. Were never sold here. And I would say the V4 is the Sonnet 2 V4 is probably the prettiest one, because there was a Sonnet 3, which was more practical. It had a boot, you could get in, and the doors were longer, you could get in and out of it, and a lot of safety features took over them days, so Saab decided to make things. But you couldn't tip the front up like you can on this one. The whole front tips
This
up.
is the V4 that came from Ford, was it purchased from Ford?
Yeah, that's right, Ford Taunus V4. Do you want to have a look at it?
Yeah, absolutely. We can have a look at it as well. Yeah, let's do that. So we've got the Taunus V4 engine, which was sold by Ford of Europe, not Ford of Britain, to Saab. And obviously great access with the bonnet up. You can really, I guess you can pretty much work on this car quite easily, can't you?
You just get in there and do it.
Fantastic.
Sonnet 3, very difficult to get the front off.
Launched in '68, this is I think a 71 or 72 K-plated XJ6 style, and this one's a Daimler. The Daimler brand was bought by Jaguar in the 60s for engine capacity at the Radford plant. This lovely powder blue example is a really pretty car in great condition. Another car making the trek to Brighton is this fantastic Sirocco, Mark 1 Sirocco. This is a GLS rather than the Storm model. It's based on the Golf Mark 1 platform. I think it's another Giuseppe Giugiaro design. I think he also designed the Golf as well. He designed a lot of cars. What a prolific designer he was. Absolutely beautiful crisp lines. Obviously best seen from the back as well, because it's usefully, as we all know, a hatchback. It's got the original dealer plates in it. Wow, John Ashby Motors, an 01 number. I think that was the old London code, wasn't it, back in the day? Oh, that's great to see that here as well, isn't it? Beautiful. Here's a lovely Triumph Vitesse. I think the Vitesse was a 6-cylinder one, correct me if I'm wrong. This car also gave its mechanicals and much of its body shell to the Bond Equip. Maybe we'll see a Bond Equip as well somewhere, but they've obviously picked the right day to bring the convertible out this week, haven't they? So cars still arriving for the start, like this lovely Bentley. That's a beauty, isn't it? That's absolutely is the way to travel in style in the back of that one today. This Pagoda Merc's an absolute stunner, isn't it? What a great colour. I'm liking that one quite a lot. And what about this? This is a Sunbeam Rapier. Lancia Fulvio on the moon. He's got his cibbies in case it takes him till the light fades to get there, but he's not going to be caught out, is he, with that car? Look at that fantastic rally-like trim. It's got a cage in it as well. Loving the wheels. There is so much to see here. Now this one at first sight, this Capri Mark 1, it strikes me as unusual because it's left-hand drive, okay, but it's badged as a 1500. I wonder if this was from another European market, perhaps. I suspect so. It's in absolutely almost brand new condition. It's really been either preserved or restored to within an inch of its life. Look at it. I think it's got those row style wheels, Rubery Owen pressed wheels on it. I think so. Just purring out is this lovely Mark II Jaguar. Needs to take a bit of an angle on that one. I'm not sure that the lock is that great. So we'll take a walk down the rows and we'll see what else we can see. Now there's a series, I think 1.5. The headlamp covers are missing, I think, on the 1.5 onwards. This is the fixed head coupe, so just a two-seater. Next to it we've got this lovely primrose yellow convertible. We've got a 327 Camaro as well. Quite sensibly taking the roof off. I hope they've packed the sun cream because it's going to get quite hot here. Another Pagoda. Wow. That's lovely, isn't it? Still being produced today in Coventry, believe it or not. Alvis TD21. This one was produced back in the day. It's a B, so what would that make it? A 64. This really is a proper Grand Tourer. This is the way to go to the seaside, isn't it? You don't want to be cramped up in the back of this one. You want those armchairs, leather seats. Look at that beautiful dashboard. That is absolutely stunning. Plenty of legroom. That is the only way to travel, I think. So actually celebrating a birthday, I think this year, it's 50, is this Dolomite Sprint. 1973 was the launch of the Dolomite Sprint. 16 valve head, developed on behalf of British Leyland, I believe, by Coventry Climax. Really powerful for its day, innovative, not necessarily seen like that at the time. Massively successful in touring car racing. This is a lovely car. We'll try and have a chat with the owner about this one. Yeah, this fabulous car celebrating its 50th birthday, I think, isn't it?
It is. This one was actually in a field for 29 years. So we've done nearly 3/4 of full restoration to this one. It was in Somerset in a field by its owner, left there. And I then decided, and he decided that he was going to rebuild it. So I then bought it off of him. And
is this the longest journey it's been on then today, or it's been further than?
It has been further, but not a lot further. We've done the Brooklands run before. In 2017 we done it with him, and well, we had such a great time. We thought we'd come back again this year with him. And last year I done it with a minivan. So
and what's this like on a cruise then? It's 5-speed. It's 5-speed manual. 4-speed manual.
It's 4-speed manual with overdrive.
Oh, overdrive.
With overdrive. So that drops obviously the revs down,
right,
and fuel consumption in this day and age. Yeah, he's a great little car. Always got teething problems with any of the vehicles that you see here today. But yeah, I loved it. I've had it for 9 years, and may it continue to stay with me. And it's just recently been in a film as well.
Oh, which film has it been in?
It's been in The Fence.
The Fence, okay, right. I saw that on the t-shirt. Okay,
yeah,
well,
The Fence.
I'll put a link into that one. Excellent.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Thank you, Victor. I appreciate that as well.
Yeah,
thank you.
Enjoy your day. Talking to me. Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
And we've got a Triumph GT6. So this Spitfire base, but the hardtop, as everybody knows. This is an early car with the earlier grille on it. 6-cylinder engine. Next to it, we have got a Singer Gazelle, one of the Audax series, Audax being the Latin, I think, for audacious, and this is the 1725cc version. So this little beauty is a Morris 8. I can't remember if it's a Morris 8 Series E. Put that in the comments if you know, because I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm going from memory here, but that's a lovely car, isn't it? I mean, that the condition of that, and obviously to take a car that is from this sort of era, from 1941 according to the tax disc, down to Brighton, shows perhaps a fair degree of confidence. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? I do like that. So this Austin A35, because it's got the larger back window, the 30 had the smaller back window. It looks very cozy in there, but don't forget this was a small family car back in the day. Incredible, isn't it? Oh, what a lovely little car. And it's almost, I guess, the Wallace and Gromit connection with the van version of this is something that makes it so adorable to people of all ages. Great to see that here. So it looks a bit cozy for the family in this 928S. It's an 1980 car, was only launched in 78. Had the accolade of being car of the year, which is quite unusual for a car like that. Really pretty style. I love those pop-up lamps. Do love the early cars. I must have marked this like this one, although this does have the rear spoiler on it. So we've got a beautiful Ford console here. The owner's just dusting it off now. Honestly, it doesn't need much polishing. Love that sun visor, white wall tyres, like I say many times, of its time. Those styling features. Look at the little mirror, because these cars weren't fitted with door mirrors. Look at the little mirror that's been added there, which was a popular period feature. It is the column gear change as well, so I guess that's probably just a 3-speed. Period radio in the back. Probably didn't come fitted with a radio like many of these cars, although it is the deluxe version. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? That's a nice way to travel down to Brighton, I think. Based on an Alfa Romeo 105 so-called junior platform, this is the Zagato version. So these are quite unusual cars. I think that Gordon Murray's got one of these that's modified. It's got the plexiglass front here, which is quite unusual, so the twin headlamps are fitted behind that. It's got the interpretation of Zagato with the Alfa Romeo shield, and obviously we've got the symbols of the city of Milan and the snake eating a man in the symbol. Got its starting plate there. These are unusual cars to see these, although they are actually look like they're a hatchback. They're not. So the rear hatch here is actually more for ventilation purposes than anything else, rather than a hatch as such. Zagato's on its way. Good luck, guys. And what we found here, we found ourselves a Reliant Robin van, Rat 6M. I presume that's not the original registration number. It's got the Trotters Independent Trading livery on it. Yeah, let's try and have a chat with the chap about this one, because you don't often see these on the road full stop these days. Three-wheelers obviously could be driven on motorcycle licenses going back in the day. Let's go and find out. So we're going to have a chat with Duncan and Chris and get us to tell us about this fantastic Trotter liveried Reliant Robin van. Guys, Duncan and Chris, tell us a bit more about it.
It's a 1976. It's only done 21,000 miles from new. We had it done in all the livery. It's its first London to Brighton, so we're hoping that it's going to make it, because it's not really done many long runs.
This is the shakedown, is it?
Yeah, this is the shakedown. Yeah, we've done one 40-mile-an-hour shakedown run, and other than that, this is the big test.
Oh, fantastic! Good luck with that. Anyway, enjoy the trip. So this is a Volvo P1800. Yeah, we won't mention the Saint again. Oh, whoops, I already did. This is the S, so it's a Swedish-built car, so built in the UK on behalf of Volvo by Jensen, I think due to capacity issues they had at the time. Quite a successful car in its own way. The early cars had a different front bumper bar, which curved upwards. This one, as you can see, has got the full front bumper bar. It had two separate sort of bumpers on each corner. This denotes that it's the S, the Swedish built car. Beautiful, isn't it, in white with that red interior. P1800 making its way out. So Donald Healy's got his fingerprints over many of the sports cars of the 60s and 70s, working with initially with Austin. I think he's also worked with Jensen as well. This is a lovely Austin Healey 3000 Mark III, so it'll be a later car, I guess. Let's try and get a closer look inside the car if we can. And yeah, it's quite cozy in there, isn't it? So this lovely Saab 9.3 V4 is also going to be making the trek. This lovely brown colour. It's a 74 M-plated car. It's also, as you notice, it's got the same V4 engine donated or sold by Ford of Europe and fitted in the Taunus, as I mentioned earlier in the video. We'll try and have a chat with the owner about this one. It's got a tow bar. It's got an aerial, so thankfully something to listen to on the way down to Brighton. And we'll try and find out a bit more about this car, if we can, without falling over. And have a chat with the navigator, perhaps. Rosanna, tell us about this fabulous Saab 9.3 V4. This first time you've done the London to Brighton?
No, we've done it quite a few times over
Oh wow,
the
you're
years.
seasoned.
Yeah, a seasoned London to Brighton. Yeah, we've had this car for about 30 years.
Wow.
It got written off in an accident, and my husband rebuilt the entire engine, and we've got a spare engine in the garage should this one fail.
Wow, wow.
He loves it. He can identify every single part of it. If you just pop it into his hand and say, what nut and bolt is this, he can tell you exactly where
That's
it comes
what happens
from.
when you've had a car for so long, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it got written off. That was touch and go then, whether you
It
kept it on
was,
the road.
yeah. We had to buy it back off the insurance company. We made a decision that actually we wanted to keep this car.
Absolutely.
So we did, and we did all the work on it, getting it ready back to original condition. It was originally a rally car, but we've put it back to road spec.
Okay, it was in fact it's been a family car as well. You used it, and
Yeah.
now it's what, high days and holidays, is it?
Yes, yeah. I nearly gave birth to one of my children in the back of it.
Oh, whoops, yeah. Okay, it's really got some memories of it, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely. It really has.
Oh, fantastic. Thanks for talking to us about it, Rosanna.
That's a pleasure.
Cheers. Another ADAX series car. Apologies, I'm probably putting too many of these in the video, but there are a few here today, but quite honestly, why not? I mean, this is the convertible. What on earth would anybody have against one of these? It's a four-seater. It's got that stunning powder blue period colour. It's got white wall tyres. It's even got a white or whitish coloured hood. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? I do like those. I'd love to have a go in one of those. If anybody's got one and willing to let me film a review, I'd love to see what they drive like. Fantastic. So this is the lesser known but arguably better, oops, I've said something controversial there, Mark II Cortina Lotus. Everybody chases the Mark 1s, the Mark II is left in the shadow. In fact, some of these were even run, the Mark IIs were run by the police in I think in the Mid Anglia division. Next to it, although badged as a Lotus and bearing twin cam badges, I'm not sure that Lotus ever actually officially produced a Mark 1 Escort. I'll have to check that one out. That is great, from its dog bone front grille to its lovely white stripes, those fantastic steel wheels from a time when steel wheels were really the only option to have. And who didn't have one of those in the Scale Electric set? Well, I did anyway, and I did like them. Great, lovely car. So this Zephyr 6 is soon to be making its way out of the paddock and on the road. Just making a few last minute preparations. Sounds good, doesn't it? Column gear change. What a great car. I do like these as well. Look really, really well built. Thick metal, I guess, on those as well. Looking by the size of it. So the car's getting flagged away. So this Zephyr 6 is on the way out. Absolutely lovely sounding XK120 on the way. Rover P5B with the small block Buick engine. This is the coupe with slightly lower roofline, 3.5 litre. The engine that would do so much good service with Rover Group right the way through the years. So another Mark 1 Escort that means business is this one. I'm just drawn by those those lamps, even if you don't use them, they just look so cool, don't they? Set of Cibi Oscars on your Mark 1 Escort. This looks absolutely great. So the guys here are just getting set up for the journey. And I'll try not to get run over by Fiat 500, although it might just be a small bump. Cavalier GSI 2000. Wow, when's the last time you saw one of those? Fiat 500, later one with the doors hinged differently. Another Fiat 500. Then this fabulous smart car. Is that called Smart Blade or something like that? So a few kit cars here today. Is that a Merlin or something like that? Not quite sure. That might be a Westfield behind it. Sounds good anyway. The guys are taking no chances with their motorcycle helmets. Then we've got the Series 2 MR2 Midship Runabout 2. Waiting to go in the queue. And also a Mark 4 Escort RS Turbo. And just behind it, what a diverse collection of vehicles. A Nissan Figaro, one of the little K cars. Brilliant. MG-R V8, just before the reboot of the MG brand. This is built using heritage shells by Rover Group. MG-R V8 taking the flag. And just making his way out now is this lovely Lotus Esprit, what, Series 3 Esprit, complete with his skis on the back. I don't think you'll need those today. So this fabulous Series, I think Series 3 Lotus Esprit is going for it as well. He's got his skis on. Beautiful Series 1 Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud. That's going to make a very dignified exit from Brooklands. So I hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far from Lot 76 cars at the Brooklands London to Brighton start. We've got plenty more to come, including an exclusive interview with Alex Kirsten from the Auto Alex channel, so please keep tuned and you'll see that in full. So we're going to start off by a C186 Capri. Car you always promise yourself, didn't they say? A 2.8 injection, being a C, probably it's the later 5-speed version, I think. Then a 350i Wedge TVR. Just walking a bit further down, we've got probably, I guess, a Dax Cobra replica. You know, the Cobra itself was based on the AC Ace. Itself was the AC Ace and AC Acea. This is interesting. This is a 79 Fiesta Mark 1. So don't forget the Fiesta Mark 1 was launched in 77. Really Ford's first sort of small hatchback. Small family hatchback. This one's lovely. It's got those built-in Hella lights in the grille. It's got a period vinyl roof. It looks like it's got the original steel wheels with the chrome trims. This is a great little car, isn't it? That lovely fabric interior. Oh, it's got a period feature. It's got a sun visor on the back. Well, you're probably going to need that today, I think. Oh, it's nice to see that here, isn't it? So hopefully we're going to have a chat with this owner of this Suzuki Cappuccino before he goes. Let's try and grab him. James, I nearly bought one of these, but you actually did.
Yes, I, like you, put my name on the waiting list and there wasn't one available, so I ended up buying the Suzuki garage at Billingshurst, their demonstrator. This is a December 93 car, which I've owned since May 94. It's done 48,000 miles, trouble-free. I was very fortunate that Suzuki took it back just before it was 7 years old and did all the underneath, under-sealed, under warranty, which means it's quite a solid car.
And it's got things like what, ABS, air conditioning, I guess?
It's got all of that. But don't ask me about the engine.
Okay.
It would go straight over my head.
It doesn't matter. What's it drive like? So you made a journey far to get here today?
We're just south of Horsham.
Okay, so not too far to go back. So well, thanks for telling us about the car and good luck on the London to Brighton run today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, that just purrs along, doesn't it? Absolutely purrs. Maybe I missed out all those years ago. So this Escort RS Turbo is in stunning condition. It's got obviously all those features we'd expect. You've got those extended front wings and rear wings, the body kit, those distinctive wheels, of course the vents in the bonnet, lovely Recaro seats, and even the pop-up sunroof that we all craved back in the day. That was the feature to have, wasn't it? So I'm here with Alex of Auto Alex's channel. Alex, tell us about this fabulous 944.
So this is Fred, my 1983 2.5 Guards Red 944. I've had Fred for about 3 years, and the reason I bought Fred is because about 20 years ago my mum also had a 944, so I wanted to follow in her footsteps and get my very own one. When the opportunity arose, I bought it, paid £6 for it, and I think it's worth every penny. Nice 2.5 4-cylinder. So yeah, it certainly goes and it looks great. I love these things.
Fantastic. And how many cars have you got in that ever expanding garage at the moment?
I'm actually down now. I think I'm down to about 9.
Oh, just 9?
Yeah, but 2 weeks ago it was about 14, which was just a bit too much. It's too stressful.
Excellent. Oh, thanks. So check out Auto Alex's channel. I have followed it for quite a while since he set the channel up. So good luck and enjoy the run today.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So early, I think this will be an R33 Nissan Skyline. I think so. These were imports at this stage. They weren't officially imported. I think it was the 34 that was officially imported by Nissan MotoGP. Beautiful interior, isn't it? Fantastic. Love those sort of velour, that cloth type seats that the Japanese tend to favour of this period. And also usefully a wiper on the rear window. Excellent. What a lovely looking car. That's in immaculate order as well, absolutely immaculate. So this is a really properly engineered race car for the road. It's an Ultima. This one is absolutely lovely in that sort of purple colour combination with those gold wheels. Look at the size of that rear spoiler. It's just immense, isn't it? Absolutely immense. Well, that's somewhere to put your sandwiches if you want a picnic, isn't it? Or your coffee. That's a coffee shelf that Furious Driving would be proud of. Now, the ultimate accolade with these cars is that they were used as development mules for development of the first McLaren road car, the F1. And these cars ran with mechanicals from McLaren under the skin and I guess a BMW engine. Lovely to see that here today. Yep, I like that one. So badged 427 Cobra in this instance, and bearing the Cobra badges is this lovely vehicle. I know these have been built by AC Cars, they've been copied multiple times, but this one is apparently badged correctly. Based on the humble AC Ace stroke ASEA platform, obviously the Cobra bit coming with the work that they did with Carroll Shelby to stick in those huge American engines. This one's a beautiful car inside, isn't it? I mean, just take a look at that interior. It's absolutely a work of art, how those dials are fed in. It's got those lovely turned aluminium billet controls there as well. Those dinky mirrors. Look at those mirrors. I'm not sure how much you can see with those mirrors, certainly not with the side screens in place. And the rollover hoop, and complete with the GoPro to obviously get some shots of today's event. Yeah, you'd have one of those. That does look a really, really nice looking car, doesn't it? So I'm guessing by the fact this is what, a 72, 73 registered car, it may well be a Chesil Roadster. I'm sorry if I'm doing the owner a disservice on this one. I can't quite be sure that the 356 continued in production so far. Nevertheless, it's lovely, lovely car, isn't it? So with obviously that strong connection to the Beetle, and still that silhouette is recognisably more or less the 911 that we know today. At the other end of the scale, we've got a Jeep Wrangler here, an L plated. What would that be, a 93 on an L? That looks in great order, doesn't it? Lovely with the soft top that should be able to drop down, because it's going to be quite hot here today. So also on the run today is this Ford KA or car convertible. Now, when's the last time you saw one of these? We will genuinely be surprised when they have all disappeared. You know, they do suffer terribly with rot. The owner's determined to preserve this one, she just told me. Absolutely great interior, recognisably car interior, just a two-seater, probably limited appeal back in the day, but I challenge you to find one. Certainly is in as good order as this, because I think that they won't be with us for much longer, to be honest with you. I think they'll go the way of many of the early Fiestas. Now this looks like it's going to be quite a long and noisy journey to Brighton.
It's got a great history, actually.
So this was launched in '72, this W116 S-Class, S standing for Sonder class or special class, and it is special, isn't it? Some lovely features on this car. I love those metal colour matched wheel trims, the wipers that almost look like they pretty much meet every time they sweep. It's a stunning colour, isn't it? Isn't it a stunning colour? I think it's the first time those rear lights, those sort of keep clean rear lights, you see they've got the ribbon on the rear lights there to try and ward off any dirt, to stay visible in poor conditions. This is a lovely car. We're going to try and have a chat with the owner in a second and find out a bit more about this one, because it's a truly special looking car. I do like the colour.
So yeah, Dad bought the car brand new in 1978, and he went over to Germany because they weren't sold in this country. Actually, the 280S was not sold in this country. So he went over, picked it up, got a tour of the Mercedes factory, and as I said, and then drove it back to the UK. We don't know why it got sold or why he sold it, but we were kids at the time, so and then we've just bought it back a couple of years ago. I wrote to the Mercedes-Benz magazine. They put in a note saying if anyone knows where this car is, and somebody came back and said, yeah, it's actually for sale. And so we bought it, and it's done 65,000 miles, and it's in pristine condition.
And it's a pretty special car, isn't it? Specification, it's S, you said, and a manual as well?
It's a manual,
wow.
Yes, and yeah, and a 280S, which only the SE was sold actually in this country. So yeah, it's a good, and it drives absolutely beautifully.
And I guess air conditioning as well and things like this, or
the aircon's not working. It's in the boot actually.
Oh, right.
But that was
Okay.
that was an option that it had on it. So. But yeah, it's beautiful. You know, we're really
what a lovely
privileged
car, and great to have the family connection. You know, going back and having that connection with it.
Yeah, I mean, we remember it as kids. You know, just sort of you know, sitting on the back seat and all the rest of it. And I've tried to trace the owners. There have been 5 other owners actually, and I've tried to trace, but I've got about 3 of them. But I can't find, and what with this GDPR, I just can't
nonsense.
get. I can't get any more.
Well,
info,
Marcus, well,
so.
thank you for telling us about it. Much appreciated. Thank you very
No,
much.
not at all.
So thanks again for watching Lot 76 cars from the historic Brooklands circuit with the London to Brighton classic and modern classic car run. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage, the cars we've seen, the owner interviews, the exclusive interview with Alex Kirsten of the Auto Alex channel. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so as not to miss my next upload, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.